Yeah, I know I'm from the East, but nah, I'm not a banger. You better watch out for this West Coast swanger. West Coast, homie. Yeah, I know I'm from the East, but nah, I'm not a banger. You better watch out for this West Coast swanger.
What's going on Facebook? Happy Sunday, everybody. Let me try to get somewhere I can talk to you all. I'm traveling again, as every week. So I think I got maybe 15 minutes before I need to board, get headed to the next location. So when you jump on, let me know how you're doing. Say hey, hello. I'm going to be giving some great knowledge today. Some great things some of you really need to hear. Carrie, thanks for jumping on. Walker, thanks for jumping on. John Bone, thanks for jumping on. This is going to be some great info today. So thank you all for tuning in. William, thanks for jumping on. I'm doing great, John. How you doing today? How is everybody doing today? I'm a little overdue, man. On my hair starting to wolf up. But I'm gonna be going over seven pretty crippling thoughts that you need to change today. Juan, thanks for jumping on. You know, some of these things I'm going to go over are some things that I've been speaking on. Man, I can't talk today. Speaking on throughout the week. But for those of you that do not catch me every day, it's going to be some great knowledge and some great things to really think about on your day-to-day objectives and mindset and processes throughout the day and throughout the week. Oh, 8:30. Okay, so you're about to start winding down. Diana, look, Diana, not Diane. Thanks for jumping on. Thank you all for jumping on. John, that's still a little early in my evenings because I probably don't go to sleep till about 2 or 3 in the morning. But I'm trying to start working on my sleeping because I need to start taking care of myself a little better. So I need to start getting more rest than I've been giving myself. So the weather, yeah, it is starting to get a little colder. Not so much in Carolina, but I'm about to head up towards Virginia, and it's definitely starting to get cold there. But it might be a little colder where you are, John. Alessandro, thanks for jumping on. All right, so let me go ahead and get into it before I start losing you guys. Scott, thanks for jumping on, brother. All right, so you are your worst enemy, all right? So like I said, I'll be going over some things. I'll be taking a look at some of my notes, but some of the things that I may have been covering before, but let's get into it. So you're your worst enemy. The thoughts you think and the mindsets that you cultivate on one hand can motivate you to be greater and have more potential, but other times it can destroy what little self-esteem and confidence you may still have. Controlling your thoughts take time and a lifetime to master, but the first step is to recognize which thoughts are not helping you. All right. Oh man, 15% on my phone. I would not have my charger with me. But recognizing the thoughts that are not helping you. If you allow them to continue indulging into your negative thoughts, pretty soon they will have a negative impact on the things that you care most about. Like I said, I've been speaking on this. Have a positive mental attitude. You need to be thinking positive. Even if you run into any negative situation, think what positivity can come out of it. What do you do next? What positive things you can focus on, okay? For you as an online business owner, your thoughts may make or break your brand success, especially when you have people watching you. You don't want to start posting negative things. You don't want to start posting things that people will really take negative. And that's why I try to stay away from certain things like, oh man, they might be starting to call me in now. Politics, religion, and I forgot. Oh, and sports. Sports normally doesn't go too left, but stop the negative thoughts. A successful blogger, online entrepreneur. His name is Michael Hyatt. He says when things are stacked against us, the right mindset makes all the difference. So you need that positive thinking when your business is crumbling. That's what's really going to help you pull through it. All right. Are you guilty of harboring some of the 7 thoughts that I'm about to go over? Acknowledge that these thoughts are self-destructive to you and your business. Then begin thinking differently little by little. Nevin, thanks for jumping on. Trev, thanks for jumping on. Maxwell, thanks for jumping on. Okay, so do you ever tell yourself, I don't have to impress anyone, I'm my own boss? Do any of you do this? Do any of you say that or anything similar to that? Jagar, thanks for jumping on. You, like many other online entrepreneurs, probably love being your own boss. Who doesn't crave the freedom from workplace pressures or having a job? But but you and many others, you have that freedom, but that doesn't mean that you are exempt from exerting more effort to get things done. And this is a very, very common problem. The nice thing about having a boss is that they push you. Okay, you put in more effort if you know your boss is watching. When you are your own boss, though, you have to be willing to push yourself. And so a lot of people get complacent. They get very complacent. When you're your own boss, you don't get up. You don't get up in the mornings like you would if you had a job. You don't work as hard as you would if you had a job. I mean, some people still don't work as hard with the boss, but we're not referring to them. Charles, thanks for jumping on. So when you're your own online boss, your online business will not grow if you don't push yourself and put in all the effort that you would when you do have a boss. All right. If you think that you're running your online business, if you think running an online business will require less work than you put in at a full-time job, think again. I mean, seriously, especially when you're trying to build that business, you need to work harder than you were working at your job. All right. You got to work overtime for your own business. When things really get built up, then you can start taking a break or, put in less time. Even sites that generate passive income still require a lot of diligence and time to get running. Work hard like you had to do when you were working under someone else, and then work even harder. I express this to as many people as I can. Everybody sees when you're successful, but they don't know all the work that it required to you to get there. I mean, it's not going to be easy. The first couple of years are going to be tough. You might not even be in profit the first year. You know how many people I run into that says, oh, I've been in this business for 6 months and I haven't made a dime. Okay, that's reality. You don't give up. You don't give up. And you might have even made just only $20 out of the whole year. Don't give up. I mean, you're going to invest more in the beginning than you're going to profit. That's just the way it is. That's business. All right. Anyways, moving on. Nancy, thanks for jumping on. Darian, thanks for jumping on. If you like what I'm saying, if you like it, go ahead and give me some likes, some hearts. Show me some love here. I'm trying to educate you guys. All right. There's not enough time. All right. The amount of time that you have never changes, whether you still work a 9 to 5 or you have you're self-employed for a while. The time allotted to you is the same. What you have to decide is how you will use that time to your advantage. Let's say you're still working at your day job. The time you spend there, you could actually benefit you on your side hustle. There are certain skills that you need to acquire, plus the consistent paycheck, while you work that will only help you and your business. So if you can work a part-time job and start to grow your business, that actually will help you out. I actually had this problem when I first started my business. I stopped what I was doing because I was truck driving all the time. I felt like I didn't have enough time to put into my online business while I was driving because, of course, I don't need to be on the phone while I'm driving. It would be unsafe. And then the time when I wasn't driving, I needed to get rest because I'm going to be on the road again. So I actually stopped driving. I stopped doing anything and as far as my work as a truck driver, and I put everything into my online business. If I would have continued to truck drive and, just put in time on the weekends, I would have been able to put more money into my business from truck driving. So that was something that I found out later. Gene, thanks for jumping on. John, thanks for jumping on. Nancy, if I didn't say thanks for jumping on, thanks for jumping on. But all right, Darian, I appreciate you. But yeah, so if you can still, stay at your job, go ahead and use that income coming from your job and put it into your online business. All right. When time eludes you, still focus on the essentials first. Some days, all you can get done is your top priorities. But that's all right. Concentrate on the efforts on most important tasks first, and then everything else will fall into place. All right. So, just prioritize your day, pretty much. Think differently about your time. Each moment is a gift and a chance for you to work towards financial independence. You don't need more time. You just need to use the time that you have wisely. That makes sense, don't it? What's going on, Gene? Soulful King, what's going on? Hey, happy Sunday, happy Sunday. Remember, this is your business. Your online business isn't just about you. It may be your brainchild, but the more selfish you are about it, the more it can struggle. And I kind of spoke on this before when I talked about the cash flow quadrant, and there being 4 quadrants, and you have that S quadrant, self-employed, a small business. Most of them you kind of try to do everything yourself. You don't need to do that. You don't need to do everything yourself. It doesn't have to be all about you. And quite frankly, you will be more financially independent or financially free when you stop trying to do everything yourself and actually start having. I hope I haven't been covering the mic the whole time. You actually start, getting help and helping others. I actually gonna have to cut this short, you guys, because I'm gonna have to start boarding soon. But the selfish sort of thinking puts a heavy burden on entrepreneurs. They refuse to reach out to others for help because they think that they need to be successful on their own. This is a very common problem. And but the truth is, you can't do it all alone, and you shouldn't, as I just said. This is actually a quote from Steve Jobs. Great things in business are never done by one person, and that's very true. And if you think of a lot of people that came up on top and are billionaires, a lot of them, and multimillionaires, a lot of them became successful off of other people's ideas. It's a dog eat dog world out here. A lot of people became very successful off of other people's ideas. They probably just put a better business plan or something like that together, but they got it. They became very, very, very successful off of other people's ideas. Michael, thanks for jumping on. Nisha, thanks for jumping on. All right, so they're done by a team majority of the time, and that's as I told you before on a previous video. When you build a business or a system and have that system work for you, you make more money, and you actually have more time freedom as well. Don't just try to be the one. Don't just try to do it all yourself. You can actually build a business, build a system, and have that system work for you, have that system make you money. And that can be an online system, or it can be a system franchise, which is going to have multiple different people getting the job done. Okay, and you don't have to do it all. Your weaknesses and your shortcomings don't define your success, but they will if you deny others the chance to help you when you need help. Let me see the time here. I'm actually going to have to do a part 2 to this, you guys. I'm so sorry. But I actually have to start boarding. I have to start boarding soon. Let me hit one more point. If only. Excuse me. You can't just sit wishing for things to change. Allowing yourself to be the victim of your situation as if you're giving up or you're giving up your freedom or to act. And it's that action that makes change possible. If you give that up, you will remain exactly where you are right now. And I mean, that's common sense, but the crazy thing is it still happens. It's common sense, but this still happens, okay? If you want change to happen, you need to change it. If you want change to happen, you need to change it. I'm going to say this one more time. If you want change to happen, you need to change. You can't stay the same. You can't keep doing the same thing that you're doing. That makes no sense. You feel me? If you feel me, go ahead and give me some likes, some hearts. If you want change to happen, you need to change it. If you keep doing the same exact things that's not working, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. Take responsibility for what does or doesn't happen to you. Then change your life to be what you want it to be. Stop making excuses. They cripple you more and more. The many of the other destructive mindsets. Okay, everybody that's always blaming somebody else for something not happening or happening in their life, you need to change that. You need to change it and start taking responsibility for what's going on in your life. You know, and let's say here's an example. Let's say I need to get to point A. I need to get from point A to point B, and I rely on somebody else, or somebody else tells me that they'll take me. If I go ahead and say okay, and then this person backs out and say they're not going to take me, whose fault is that? Whose fault is that? You have to take some responsibility for yourself. You allow this person did tell you that they're going to take you, but you are giving them that ability to back out on you or something to happen. And if it does happen, it's your fault for allowing them to take you, even though, I mean, yes, they did say that they're going to take you, but if they're not able to take you at the last minute, it's still your fault. It's kind of their fault because, you know what I'm saying, they said they're going to do it and they didn't, but you still have to accept the responsibility that it's your fault because you allowed yourself to allow them to take you. You could have just did it yourself. So start taking responsibility, okay? It's not always just your fault, but it's always your fault. I hope that makes sense. It's not always just your fault, but it's always your fault. All right. To change this wistful thinking, avoid comparisons. Comparing your business to another competitor can help to a degree. It can help and it can be in the way. You evaluate where you can improve and see changes that you might not have noticed before. All right, but the comparisons can quickly spiral out of control if left unchecked. They will leave you discouraged about the progress you're making because it doesn't amount to what someone else is doing. Do what you can with that. Do what you can with what you have. Okay, so Ricky, thanks for jumping on. So don't always so when you have a mentor or somebody that inspires you, don't base your success off of theirs. All right? Don't base your success off of someone else's success. Run your own race, pretty much. Run your own race. Challenge yourself and try to do better than what you did the previous day. All right? That's where I'm going to end this one. All right? I'm going to end this one with that. And then I'll go ahead and do the rest of it on another one, on the next live. Run your own race every day. Try to do better than you did the previous day. Don't base it off of someone else's success. All right? You need to better yourself. You need to challenge yourself, and someone else's success doesn't need to challenge you. It can inspire you, it can motivate you, but you need to focus on bettering yourself. I'm not going to hold you guys any longer. I'll go ahead and continue this on the next live, but I need to go get my butt on this bus. So Carol, thanks for jumping on. Go ahead and watch the replay. If you guys got some value out of that, please go ahead and share, like, comment. If you're watching this on my YouTube channel, please subscribe and go ahead and ring that bell to get the notifications every time I post a new video. If you want more exposure to your business, please click the link around this video so you can register for a free webinar that we have every other day at 9 p.m. now, at 9 p.m. All right? If you want more exposure to your business, more sales, more customers, more leads, go ahead and click that link and register for the free webinar. I will see you guys on the next live. Later.